Support 5 and 9.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back to the regular board meeting for the Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. There we go. School Board of Education for the Osceola School District. I'll call the meeting to order with a roll call. Brooke Oy, Jan Carlson, here. Corey Schmidt,
Here.
Myself is here, and Kaiser is absent. Item D is public comment. We'd like to go over some ground rules for public comment. Before we begin, we'd ask that everyone be polite and follow the 5-minute timeline, have respectful conduct, focus on comments that are related to within the jurisdiction of the school board, avoid confidential information. This isn't a place for questions or debate. It's the opportunity for you to express your views, but it's not a forum for back and forth discussion or questions. We value your input, and the first person that we have is Teresa Utke, and it looks like the topic is homework, and staff raises AB 378.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thank you once again to the school board. Really appreciate all the hard work that you guys do. I know it takes a lot to prepare this information. I am gonna ask once again that we record and or stream our board meetings so that people who are not able to make it at 5 o'clock can have a reflection or a piece that they can take back with them to know what's going on in our community. This is the #1 most important spend in time, energy, and money in our community. And I think the citizens have a right to participate or at least be engaged and informed on what's going on. That goes a long way in transparency in our community. All right, last month or at the last board meeting, I spoke about the importance of homework and where our test scores were facing some significant challenges. I've been getting a lot of phone calls from parents in the community from all ages and from students who have left the community. They're out in college or at the workforce about the challenges that they're facing, and really saying that even though it might not be the nice thing, fun thing, or the easy thing, homework would have really benefited them. And it's proven to help kids achieve better test scores and succeed in life. That is closely tied to staff raises. I've said many times that when it becomes between bricks and mortar and staff, I'm 100% behind staff supporting our teachers. They are the most important element of our students' education, and I believe that Osceola should pay above and beyond what our regional districts are so that we can retain and maintain staff. But I don't agree with the baseline increases, that we should pay everyone the same amount and the same increases. I really think that pay for performance drives better results, and that we should have an assessment where we can really analyze those teachers that are going the extra mile. Those who read the long papers that are assigned, the homework that is assigned. They ask really tough questions and they challenge their students. And we know that those teachers have work after hours. Everything that you assign in the classroom when you have homework that goes home, it takes review. I used to be a teacher. I know what it's like to read papers from 7th graders up to 12th graders. It's a lot of work to do. And I think that we really should pay those teachers who are doing more above the average. And it's a way to make sure that if we have people that aren't meeting our expectations, there's a natural way to say this isn't working out. I also am requesting that we can green line or red line policy changes, as has been the standard for the last 5 to 10 years, so that the community understands what changes are going into place. Having a completely white policy is not transparent when you just have black and white. Last thing I'm going to talk about is Bill AB 378 that was presented and communicated at the state September 15th, 2021 by Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty. This bill was sponsored by your local representative, Gabe Magnifici, and it was enacted in the 2023-2024. This bill is law. It's a law that demands financial transparency and uniform accounting. We should be seeing, according to this bill, clear budgeting breakouts that are standard school district to school district. I testified for that bill. I didn't think it passed, but it is law. And this is something written by your local representative. Duke is informed that this is not being applied in our district. I really, really hope that our local boards and staff, look at it, look what the expectations are and comply. We need to keep the public informed in a uniform manner, in a regular basis. The budget that we had, the multi-year projection that we had at the last meeting is really what should be seen at every school board meeting, so we can know what's going on a regular cadence, or at least quarterly. We need it locally, regionally, and at the state level.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the consent agenda, board vote of the year, which is there's a motion by Corey. Second by Jan. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Retirements, we have one retirement. Kim Romehill, OMS teacher for 29 years.
A lot of middle schoolers that learn math from Kim Romehill. Sad to see her go, but really happy for her.
Yeah, just a big thank you.
Yes, for sure. Well, as one of her former students, I would be honored to make a motion to approve this. Brooke, I will second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Item 6 is the committee report from tonight. Who wants to go for it? Corey Schmidt.
Sure. We did a budget review. The big number on there was about the buses, our transportation, which we knew would eventually happen. We also got a first reading, dealing with, board, behavior and whatever. And we're gonna take a closer look at the electronic device part of it and submit our stuff. Some emails maybe. Admin report, we had, winter fun day taking place. My kid got going that today. The whole high school, all 4 grades had to do up to 8 activities, I think they said. We have wellness night tomorrow night. And we got jump ropers all day and night for that. But basically overall, we're in our big winter time here, so the wellness is a big part of this. It's why a lot of districts really focus on wellness at this time of year. Even as a staff member, we all feel it at this time of the year, so it's a great time for these kind of things to be taking place for everybody involved. Then we reviewed our self-insurance, took a look at those, along with our employee compensation for going into next year. And with that was looking at a 2%, 2.5%, or a 3% that would be added to the base. And yeah, it was a quick meeting.
Anything to add? All right, that brings us to our student rep report. Patty.
Okay, the only thing I have for academic this month is OMS is ranked number 25 in Wisconsin middle schools. I'm sure everybody saw that on social media, but it is kind of a big deal and something to be proud of for sure. Social, it's Wellness Week. There's been some fun dress-up days this week at all the schools. My class today, it was Wacky Wednesday, but they also earned PJ and Stuffy Day, so I showed up to school in PJs with my giant stuffed cow, and it was Miss King's birthday, so we got to eat cookies and be in our PJs, and it was super fun. Tomorrow night is wellness night at the intermediate school. I'm gonna be helping out in my mom's classroom. I'm looking forward to seeing some of my kids outside of school. That's always fun. Mental Health Matters Club is hosting their Spread the Love 5K on Saturday, at the high school. And then tomorrow we're also doing a staff versus staff basketball game during noon, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be super fun to watch, I think. And then next week, National Honor Society is hosting a blood drive on the 19th, and that, I think it's from like 7:30 to 3:30, if I remember. So if anybody wants to sign up to give blood, let me know, I can send you the link, and I'll sign you up when I'm working. We have 3 FCCLA members who competed at the regional star events competition and earned silver placements. And then ice fishing, their state competition is Friday and Saturday. I think it's in lacrosse. We have 10 FBLA members who qualified for the state FBLA leadership conference last weekend was their competition. And then we also have speech team who held their regional meet on Monday. There's a bunch of them going to state too, I don't know the exact number. And then at the FAE, we held the district leadership competitions, and we had about 60 contestants. We had over 30 community members and alumni who helped judge the events, and chapter members who timed and were room hosts. I got to sit in on discussion meet, which was really cool to watch. It's basically like a Socratic seminar. And then the alumni also donated and served food for the event. And one of our members, Michelle, is moving on to sectionals in 2 events, which is a big deal. And then athletics, winter athletics are going well. Powerlifters just finished their regular season and are training for state. Boys and girls basketball are going good. The wrestling team is currently ranked 12th out of all D2 teams in Wisconsin. I didn't type on my report. It's not 17th, it's 12th.
Cool.
And then the dance team is also hosting a Chieftain Minis dance camp, and they'll perform at basketball halftime.
How many more days of school you got left?
I just tell you, Jan, I'm not keeping track because I'll just give up too soon.
That's fair.
There's 2 things at the school play. They had auditions and they're rehearsing for the musical. So there's a musical this spring. It is
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. And academic decathlon is competing next week. I don't remember, but I know that they are also competing at a higher level. I will find out and get that to you because those 2 get to celebrate this one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That'll take us to item 10, which is improving our instructional strategies supporting student learning. Item A is approve the Start College Now and Ready Early College Credit Program applications.
I think y'all have a folder.
Yep, right here. Anyone wants to look at them right there.
How many are there? They
Looks like
weren't
10 on here.
online.
No, they won't be online.
I think there is,
They got online before.
we have 10 of them on here.
There's 10 of them.
Oh, they're online, there you go. Yep, they're online.
When you still have it on.
Well, I'm trying to be executive.
Is that the summer one? I thought, oh, it was March 1st.
How many are there for?
10, it looks like 10.
We were due last Friday. Board, what's your wishes with this item? Motion by Jan. Second by Brooke. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved. Item 11 is aligning and developing our facilities to best meet educational safety and security goals. Approve or deny the petition to alter school district boundaries. We have the Newman family. You guys wanna join us at the table? You're welcome to join. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves, just for the sake of the argument?
I'm Andrew Newman.
Jerry Newman?
Awesome. Alright, awesome. Tell us why you're here and what the petition's about.
our kids are open enrolled in the district. We live in Somerset. We are seeking to petition to remove our property from the Somerset School District and move into Osceola.
Where's your property at, Terry?
Just south of the county line.
Oh,
That-
right there.
The Polk St. Croix County line is that top red line with, yeah, where the color stops. County Road I is the orange line that runs about 2/3 of the way vertically. And we are that blue line. So we are not quite a mile south of the Polk County line, and we are roughly a mile off of 35. Historically, our property was within the Osceola School District. The previous owners petitioned in the 1960s to remove themselves from Osceola to Somerset because that's where their family connections were. They had moved from a property about a mile, not quite a mile, between our property and 35 was where they were originally stationed. And then they bought this farm and built this house that we are currently living in. Historically, the purple to the east towards the river, that is all Osceola in part due to a 1-room or 2-room schoolhouse that the foundation still stands somewhere over there. And I used to know the name of it, I don't remember off the top of my head.
We prepared a letter for the Somerset School Board. We didn't know that until a day or two ago that we were on the agenda for tonight. Otherwise I would have printed this out to have this. But I can read the parts that are relevant to this school board if you would like.
Go for it.
Sure. Members of the school board, we respectfully submit this letter to request a school district boundary adjustment allowing our home to be part of the Osceola School District rather than Somerset. Although we currently reside within the Somerset district, our family has deep rooted connections to Osceola. We believe this change would best serve our children's education and overall well-being. Our children already attend Osceola schools where they've established strong friendships and academic routines. Additionally, our extended family, including their aunts and cousins, are part of the Osceola School District, and my husband is a proud alum. The community connection is a driving factor in our request, as we want our children to grow up within the same supportive environment that has shaped our family for generations. In addition to our children's education, we're actively involved in the Osceola community. My husband and I are assistant coaches for the high school powerlifting team, and I serve as co-leader of the Forest U 4-H club in East Farmington. Our children also participate in the Polk County Fair, further reinforcing our ties to Osceola and its surrounding community. This continued investment in Osceola, through both school-related activities and broader community involvement, strengthens our belief that aligning our home within the Osceola School District is the most natural and logical choice for our family. If approved, this petition will provide significant benefits. As it stands, we must transport our children to school daily as transportation is not available to us within Somerset's district. A boundary change would grant us access to Osceola's transportation system, easing this logistical burden. Additionally, it would allow us to have an active voice and vote in the school district that directly impacts our children's education. It's worth noting that the original owner and builder of our home petitioned for a boundary change from Osceola to Somerset in the 1960s, driven by their own family ties to Somerset. And now we're seeking the same opportunity for our children to align our home with a district where we have the strongest personal and educational connections. We respectfully ask that the Osceola School Board give full consideration to our petition and the benefits this change would bring to our family. We recognize the challenges these districts are navigating and appreciate the work that goes into serving its students and families. Given our deep ties to Osceola, we strongly believe this boundary change is the best path forward for our family. Thank you for your thoughtful review of our request. Sincerely.
Did the Somerset School Board, did it go before their board yet?
It went before their board on Monday at a work session. They will make a final determination at a February 24th board.
Both districts must act on the petition by March 1st or according to the state law. Well, Osceola Board, what would be our wishes? We have a resolution before us. Everybody should have a copy, right? Or do I just have a copy? No. Okay, so
I have a resolution authorizing the issuance of an order relating to school district boundaries, whereas a meeting of the school board of the Osceola School District was held on February 12th, 2025, and whereas a petition has been filed with the clerk of the school board pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 117.12, proposing that the parcel of property more particularly described below, detached from the Somerset School District and be attached to the Osceola School District, whereas a public hearing has been held on the proposed reorganization by the school board as required by law. Now that therefore be it resolved by the school board of the Osceola School Board District, or the School District of Osceola, that an order be issued and filed either granting or denying the petition on which the hearing was held, that a certified copy be served together with a copy of the petition, but the property which is the subject of the resolution is more particularly described as followed, and then it has the tax, property parcel numbers. So we either need to grant the petition or we need to deny it. That would be the action before us.
Well, I would vote to grant it, as they said. I think a large percentage of people in this area know who Newmans are, but also when considering the land used to be part of this as well, I don't know why I would not grant it, so.
So you're making a motion to
I
grant?
make a motion to grant.
Okay, second by McCoy. Any further discussion? Anything to add from legal or state statute wise? No. Alright. With that, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed or nay? That is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright. Brings us to item 12, aligning, developing, and supporting our staff. Item A is review and approve board meeting dates for the 25-26 school year. Everybody get a chance to look at this? Our meetings till June are currently scheduled on this year's meeting calendar. And obviously, we'll plan to revisit it, after the election in April, if need be. But this sets kind of tentative dates following that same schedule we've used in the past.
We did compare it to the school district calendar to make sure that we weren't overlapping Thanksgiving, spring break, those kinds of pieces.
Spend a lot of time looking at it, and I have obviously a few work conflicts that I can move, but other than that, I didn't see any conflicts.
The only one I can think of that, now that I think of it, I didn't think of it, it was the March 18th, but that's a way future one that could still go with it. But I might have a spring break from my job,
Mhm.
and if that's the case, there's a possible family trip or something, but.
Sure.
Everything else.
Is the January one and the April, are those on the second week of the month, or are those on the first week of the month? Well, the April one couldn't be,
The April one always ends up being a little bit different because of the election.
right?
We have to follow a little bit of a different timeline. And then I think, Easter is next year.
Is the January 7th?
The first Wednesday is the 31st. So that's the first Wednesday of the month, is the 7th.
That one is,
It's probably to have some separation though between that, the convention, and then another board meeting, gives a little break.
So the Wednesdays in January in 2026 are the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. So board
Okay.
meeting the 28th, convention the 21st, if we go 14th, and then 7th.
I had problems with the January 7th one.
And then did you want to look at April too?
I'm assuming April
April 1st is the first
Wednesday, so that's okay.
So January 7th is the convention. Okay. Do you wanna, review and approve it as presented, and then we can look at moving the January 7th? Or do we wanna postpone indefinitely to the next meeting? Yeah, she didn't, when I talked to her, she said that she didn't have any direct conflicts. Oh, okay. What would you like to do? item B, which is review and approve the district self-insurance. Nothing new information wise, we looked at it at the committee meeting, at the beginning of the, nope, at the end of January. We reviewed it in committee. Questions, comments, or would somebody like to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the self-insurance.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Jan. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be nay. That is approved.
We need to be more specific on what we're approving.
Well, what's presented,
Because there's two options on, so the recommendations, so there's two options. What Shannon and I were recommending was the one-time, contribution to HSAs.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming that's what we were talking
Okay,
about, so that's what I was
gotcha.
approving.
Gotcha.
So sorry, yeah.
And I was reading that, the line right here is, yeah, so I couldn't help make sure that. the motion reads correctly, but-
Just wanna make sure everybody.
Gotcha.
We already have self-insurance, so this is just the one-time additional contribution for the 25-26.
Correct, yes.
Thanks for the clarification. All right, so item C is review and approve employee compensation for 25-26. Again, we reviewed this January, reviewed in committee. Anybody want to start us off? I'll make a motion to approve a 2.5% salary increase for the 25-26 school year as presented from the base wage. 2.5%.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? It's a tidge higher than what we put in our budget projection. I feel like it's reasonable within reason. Obviously, if we had the ability to, I'd love to go higher, but, it's a offset of the, district self-insurance and the fiscal management of that. I feel like it's a combination of the both is a benefit to the employees. And knowing that we're facing a deficit next year, 2.5 feels like a good place to be.
And then the last time when we did this too, it was higher than that, but it was also to help us try to catch up a little bit with some surrounding districts, so.
Any other comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, be nay. That is approved. The next committee board meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 26, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the district office conference room. That is a date change, just so everybody is aware. The next regular board meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 26, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. in